looking for my love. Hello and welcome back to the Feel Good Factor. This is episode 6 and I am Tracy Hardwick and I am delighted that you could join us today. So we are continuing on with the theme of addiction, and I'm very honoured and very looking forward to chatting with a colleague of mine called Andy. We're in a show together at the moment, and during conversation I told him about the Feel Good Factor and found out that he has in fact given up alcohol for a whole year. So I'm really intrigued how he's done it and what keeps him focused. He's a really, really brilliant actor and he's incredibly giving. So he really helps us all on stage. So he's been one of the directors of the show. So without further ado, I'm going to get Andy to talk to you. So thank you, Andy, for coming on the show. So I was speaking to the viewers about the amazing experience that you've given up alcohol for a whole year. So I want to know, first of all, how long has it been since you've had a drink?
So it was a New Year's resolution. So it was it's 11 months and whatever today is.
Great.
14 days.
Yeah. And has it been easy or more challenging than you thought?
I think because it's sort of been, off and on over the years, I've been, I give up for bits and then, there's a part of me that's a hedonist at heart, and I grew up in Australia, but also in a culture
surrounded by alcohol.
Surrounded by alcohol. So,
yeah.
as everyone would know, it's wherever you go, you meet someone and you have a drink. And so for me, it's always been a social thing, but, I'm also a performer, so we have this sort of very playful way of being and engaging in after shows and whatever. So there's sort of the celebration of life is used a lot. And I think it just got to a point over a fair few years, probably from my mid-30s, where I started going, is this the best thing for me? And mainly because it would, hangovers. Like I'm, as with your sweets, healthy sweets, I can kind of, if I have one or two of something, then I'm away. So for me, I know myself well enough that it's easier to refrain than to just be, a person who has one or two. I can do that for a bit, but then I'll kind of I'll carry on.
Yeah.
So, and my thing, as with anybody, is, everyone chooses their own way. And for me, it just made sense. For other people who are more balanced or whatever, then, it's kind of okay. But for me, I found that it started to intrude on my life and not in a big way, but I would just kind of do, that with it.
Absolutely.
And when I don't want that, and I work with people with elders with dementia and whatever, and I see how valuable life is and how valuable that has shown me how health is. And so my health was kind of intrinsically to do with what I was sticking in myself. And when you start, because I was smoking as well, off and on. So when you start questioning that, for me, it was much easier to go, what am I doing? What am I putting in myself? And is alcohol the best thing for me? And so let's have a crack at a year.
Great.
Hungover, lost days. I've gained clarity of mind, kind of a strength in the middle of me. And it's because I don't have, and life, situations, part of my drinking was socially, the awkwardness that happens, I think. And when you don't have that, when you don't have a drink, you kind of go, oh my God, I'm going to have to find you interesting. So you actually...
you connect with other people.
More so.
And you
much
listen.
More.
You listen more.
And so you kind of get a lot more. You get a lot than what you're giving up. And for me, looking at it like that, then it's not a difficult thing. And it's taken time and, as I said, in my head, for me to go, now is the time to have a crack. And for me to set a timeline of a year, like see what that's like. And I didn't tell anybody because I failed. As soon as I tell things, you kind of let heat out of it or something, you know. But for me, it was my own.
Sacred.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. So
and I don't want
tell
people
your family or your partner?
Oh, Libby knew.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, if you tell friends, and people have their own ideas of it and they throw them at you, you know, even just saying no to a drink freaks people out.
Yeah, I know.
But if you kind of,
yeah.
So you kind of have to get, I think for a while you have to choose, you know, the social things. For a bit you have to choose where you go and where it is healthy for you, and choose whether or not this is more important than having a drink or whatever it is. And as time goes by, you know, I've been, you know, going to the gym because of the madness that's in me. I know I have to do something to physically kind of get it out instead of having a drink or whatever.
So just touching on that, so is there something that, you know, like when we're drawn to go into our addictive behaviour, can you go to this gym whenever? Like, do you find that you're like, oh, it's coming on or whatever, I'm going to, you know, it's a healthy thing to do.
Yeah, I think because it's a constant. So discipline has always been a really tough thing for me, but I go to CrossFit now, and so they work in a group sort of thing, so that helps me. So I think it's choosing things. Everybody is so terribly different. You've got to choose what works for you. And you try different things and go, that's not right, but sort of don't give up. Yeah. And then when you find something, you go, okay, so running is good for me. Yeah. And that high intensity kind of fitness is good for me because I get the drugs for free, you know, the endorphins and the dopamines and serotonin and all that you kind of, your body's got. Yeah. You know, that kicks in. And I think that keeps me stable. And if I'm in a situation that I feel sort of too awkward, you just hang on, or you just, you know, move or leave and go for a wander, or, you know, kind of be in charge. And I think that's what all this does, is it goes, I'm in charge of me. Yeah. Don't rely on others to look out.
Make you feel good.
Yeah, or what's best for me, or whatever. They don't kind of know. You do. And I think a lot of those things, as I say, they enable you to feel stronger and more grounded. Yeah. And so you go, well, I don't want to give that up. Yeah. And is it worth it?
You start tapping into this amazing energy that's just natural, and you just want to carry on with that energy. So I'm dying to find out, will you have a drink on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like really, because I kind of, you know, people are saying to me, you know, it's been a year, you know, we love when you have a drink, and you know, and I know how much fun I have when I play in that way.
But you're fun anyway. Yeah. I mean, I haven't known you long, and I haven't known you when you've been drinking, but you're fun. So, yeah.
So I think all of those, you know, you know, head tells us things that aren't necessarily true, and you kind of have to question, you know, drinking makes you more social, or.
So here is our juice for the day, passion for juice. Have a look at the ingredients: a quarter of a small pineapple, 1 apple, quarter of a banana, 200 grams of organic yogurt, or if you're a vegan, soya yogurt, and a half a teaspoon of spirulina. Then you juice the pineapple and the apple. You then pour it into a blender, add your banana, your yogurt and your spirulina, and you blend it until it's smooth. So let me tell you, this is delicious. When I get to this part when I'm doing a cleanse, it's a happy, happy day. It's really, really it's delicious. Now, why is this so good for you? It's beautifully smooth. Yogurt provides the body with calcium, strong bones and teeth, healthy nerves. Bananas provide an incredible source of slow release energy, as well as being rich in potassium. They promote muscle and nerve function, controlling blood pressure. And iron is one of the most common mineral deficiencies found in humans. And this fantastic juice is abundant. And thanks to the spirulina, it's also rich in magnesium and trace minerals, as well as being one of the highest sources of vitamin B12. Yes. You've got to try it, guys. It's really delicious. I hope you found that inspiring. I certainly did. I learned a few tricks and tips from Andy. So this is the end of episode 6 of the Feel Good Factor. We're going to have a little break because my editor, Pear, is going away overseas. Thank you, Pear, for all your wonderful work, helping to get these episodes together and out to you. We'll be back in January 2018, so happy Christmas, ho ho ho, have a fabulous time, keep well, keep healthy, keep happy. And if you've got any ideas for the Feel Good Factor for 2018, drop me an email, tracy@tshrdrama.com, or leave a comment. Next year we're going to be talking about financial intelligence. This is a big passion of mine as well. Obviously we're going to still be juicing, obviously we're still going to be exercising, and we're going to be covering some wonderful topics on financial intelligence. So if you're thinking of giving up alcohol, then just do it. Pick a time frame, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year. Get this book, read it, and you'll be all set. And don't think about the things you're giving up, thinking about the things that you're going to gain. You're going to gain much better health. You're going to be a better parent. You're going to be a nicer person to be around. Your liver's not going to be so overworked. You're going to look better. You're definitely going to feel better. And avoid situations where you're going to be, oh, I've got to drink around these situations. Only for a little while. You can still go out and have a great time. I do. I go out a lot. What else? Exercise. Like, exercise as much as you can. Go walking, go running, do yoga, whatever you want to do, but get out there and exercise. It really, really helps. Make yourself some fresh juices, because I'm not going to see you for a while. Fabulous book. Even if you don't want to lose weight, this is just an amazing book. It's got all those amazing juices that I show you on the program and what they do for you. So we love Jason Vale, we do. He's such a brilliant, brilliant, inspiring person. And this is what we're going to be looking at next year. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, about financial intelligence. It's amazing. And I really wish they taught it to us in schools, but they don't. But we will be covering it. So all that's left to say is Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. The camera's wobbling a little bit because my cat's just jumped on the table. So goodbye, Happy Christmas, Happy New Year. See you in 2018. It's been so lovely bringing these episodes to you. And au revoir and bon Noël.